Opinion. Should writers worry about amplifying voices when writing their story? In my opinion, I don't think that uh, if it's something that they want to do and there's a story to tell within it, then I believe that it's something that they can write their story around as long as it fits the story. But I think a lot of the times, especially when watching a lot of these films, is that you're focused on a certain story, and then out of the blue, just because they want to include some representation or whatever, they would include just a random scene that has nothing to do with what's going on. And to me, I think that's like the major issue that I have with trying to push narratives or trying to just get people represented. I watched a lot of action films back in the day, and there's a story that's going on. I'll use the example of True Lies since I was watching it the other day, and Arnold Schwarzenegger saves this Italian guy twice, and then well, he saves him. Yeah, he saved him twice, and then he had to go through the process again of erasing him. So he ends up putting him in the gay community. He ends up being the Italian mobster ended up working in like a gay bar or something like that, right? So that somehow fits the story. It doesn't really affect what's really going on, but it included like a gay scene or whatever. Same thing for like if you want to include something about indigenous people or black community stuff. I think as long as it's within the boundaries of the story, I think, and it'll help the story flow a lot better. I think that's when you should really worry about trying to amplify voices. If you want to create a story about what goes on in the black community, we have a lot of great hood tales, hood classics and stuff like that. If you want to make stories about indigenous communities and indigenous characters and stuff like that, it's fine. But at the end of the day, to me, I think it's all about the story and how everything is structured. Again, The Rock and what's that movie? Hobbs and Shaw, right? Hobbs and Shaw, pretty much, Fast and the Furious franchise. He wanted to include his Samoan heritage in the movie. He wanted to include the Haka as part of the film. So, he got a whole bunch of, people from his heritage in the movie to do the dance and to do the final battle scene. So it doesn't really affect the story, but he wanted to end the movie like that, in that kind of community. And I think, to me, that doesn't interrupt anything to do with the story. Now, Hobbs and Shaw, it was an okay movie. The second half of that movie was pretty much the best part of that movie. I love action films, so I just want everything to progress throughout, and just not put some random stuff in there just for representation. I think that would just kill the whole momentum of the story. A lot of writers would probably tell you the same thing. The reason why a lot of people may be hesitant on doing these types of movies about certain communities or whatever is that they might not get the funding. But if you write a good story, there's so many outlets now that you can probably pitch your idea to, and they'll probably pick it up, right? So at the end of the day, to me, I think the best thing to do is just focus on what you want your story to be, and just go from there. If you want to go crazy like some of those UK movies, go ahead, right? Whatever is in front of you and whatever you decide to write on that paper and the structure you want to do it, right? You're going to go through the story multiple times, and you're going to find out what you like and what you don't like, and at the end you're going to have a final product. So as long as you have a beginning, a middle, climax, and an end, I think your story should do fine. And this is just my opinion. I got this idea because I was just watching a seminar yesterday, and that was one thing that some people were talking about. So I just felt like that I should just, give my opinion on it on my own page or whatever. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. This is Steve from Northstar Forever signing off. Much love to you. Peace.